From the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 9. Presented by Vivo, powered by Nestaway, Renault and Hike.
Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. For the last 3 years, 3 months and 22 days, the person least interested in who killed Sunanda Pushkar, least interested in who killed Sunanda, has inexplicably and unexplainably been her husband and former Union Minister Shashi Tharoor. They said that she had lupus. It was busted by a medical report stating she was just fine. They said that coconut water killed her. That was busted too. They said she was over-dependent on Alprax. It was busted by the fact that she was never prescribed that drug. Today, on the 8th of May this evening, Republic TV has put out the clincher sourced from the 48-hour run-up in the form of 19 audio tapes all recorded that bust all the other theories and claims that Shashi Tharoor and his man Friday have tried to float, push and sell thus far. 1. The Delhi police had told everyone that Shashi Tharoor found her body in room 345. The fact is that Sunanda till 5 p.m. was motionless in her room. Not 345 but 307. Shashi Tharoor knew that. For over 3 years, number 2, we were told that Shashi Tharoor was out all day being a dutiful congressman of the All India Congress Committee. The fact is that he was there. But ladies and gentlemen, we have proof that Shashi Tharoor made a mystery visit to the hotel. He never told anyone about that. Mr. Tharoor tried to run, but we're going to follow you on that. Also, the narrative spun, number 3, by Tharoor's man Friday was that he was sent away by Sunanda on the day of the murder for an odd job. The fact is that it was not Sunanda. It was Tharoor who sent Narayanan away. Why did he do that? Number 4, for every question we ever asked on Tharoor, we were told to believe all was well. The fact is that all was far from well. Sunanda wanted to speak out. That's also on the Sunanda murder tapes today. And it's proven on the Sunanda murder tapes that she was stopped forever as the needle of suspicion points closer and closer and closer to the inconsistencies of one duplicitous man called Shashi Tharoor. I have just 5 questions for him tonight. 1. Shouldn't Shashi Tharoor be immediately arrested for deliberately withholding material information from the Delhi police in a murder case? Shouldn't Shashi Tharoor be immediately arrested for misleading the investigation in the murder of his wife? Shouldn't Shashi Tharoor and his man Friday explain why they lied to the Delhi police in their official statement? Shouldn't Shashi Tharoor and his man Friday be arrested and explain why neither of them spoke to the police about Sunanda still being in room 307 and not in room 345? And ladies and gentlemen, shouldn't Shashi Tharoor be arrested tonight for spending 3 years, 3 months and 22 days sending everyone on a wild goose chase so that his wife's murder gets impunity? All of this and more is coming up on the debate today. We're following the case, we're following it hard, and let me tell you, 5 of our reporters are chasing Shashi Tharoor right now, who's on the run and run away, refusing to give a statement. Last seen, getting away from his house in a t-shirt, almost as if running away when he knew his lie had been caught. All this and more is coming up, and here are the headlines on the debate this Monday evening.
साढ़े 6 बजे सोई है। क्या कर रही थी?
पूरी रात जागी हूँ।
हाँ?
पूरी रात जागी है।
जाग रही है।
पूरी रात ना हम सोने के अनफुल सोई है। साहब को भी नहीं सुन दिया। साहब फिर साथ आती।
साहब कितने बजे तक थे?
सुबह 6:30 बजे तक।
6:30 बजे तक थे?
हाँ।
साहब भी? क्या रो रही थी?
हाँ, ये सब चल रहा है।
हाँ?
For 2 years, the truth was hidden from India. For the first time on television, the Sunanda murder tapes are out. 2 days and 19 murder tapes. Republic TV's Prema Sridevi spoke to Sunanda on the day of the murder. The tapes are out. Assistants sent away as an unknown murder. Details emerge. Republic breaks open the Sunanda case on day 3 of its telecast. Proven tonight, Sunanda's body was moved from 307 to 345. Shashi Tharoor knows all this. This is being revealed in 19 tapes. Her aides revealed details that Tharoor won't. He came back to the hotel but didn't tell the police. Why did he come back to the hotel? Shashi Tharoor is on the run tonight. And she was desperate to speak and wanted to meet Prema Sridevi. What did Sunanda want to reveal that evening before she was killed? Now, part 1 of the tape. The biggest scandal that nobody's been able to crack so far has been the Sunanda Pushkar murder case. The high-profile wife of Congress leader Shashi Tharoor was killed and murdered in mysterious circumstances. And while Shashi Tharoor has tried to do everything possible to make it look like a natural death, nobody quite believes it. Till date, nobody knows who killed her, though the suspicion has been on one person who, if the theory that public memory is short is right, might be hoping that he gets away. But as I said before, it's unfair to throttle the truth. It's unacceptable that Sunanda gets killed and the case just gets buried because obvious facts are brushed under the carpet and clear clues are stepped over. Republic is throwing new evidence and we are throwing it right back at the investigators. Republic TV editor Prema Sridevi has been releasing tapes of a conversation with both Sunanda and Shashi Tharoor's personal assistant Narayanan. There are 19 phone calls in all, 19. These phone calls are on the day before and on the day of the murder. Prema Sridevi has already told the police in a written statement that everything which is in the tapes is already with them. But the police, instead of using this evidence to nail the murderer accomplice's lies, just went ahead and called it an unnatural death. Republic demands a reopening of the case. We demand that the two clear clues that somebody lied are not overlooked anymore. Lie 1, that her body was moved after she was killed. And lie number 2, that Sunanda's secret visitor on the day of her death was Shashi Tharoor himself. Shashi Tharoor is on the run as we speak. He left his house the moment we started this broadcast. Here is part 1 of the story all of this country is talking about. The Sunanda Murder Day tapes. It's a Republic TV super exclusive.
Delhi, 15 January 2014, 5:45. After a massive showdown with Shashi Tharoor over his affair with Pakistani national Meher Tarar, Sunanda Pushkar checks into the 5-star Leela Hotel in South Delhi. A while earlier, she's taken his phone away and gone public with a fight on Twitter with Pakistani journalist Meher Tarar, who she accuses of ensnaring and stalking her minister husband. The Indian Express breaks the story the next morning with an unconvincing explanation from Tharoor that his phone was hacked. Nobody believes him. That morning, I called Sunanda Pushkar. It's about 9:30 in the morning.
Hello? Am I talking to Sunanda Pushkar?
Yeah.
Hi, Sunanda. This is Prema Sridevi. Basically, Arnab had given me your number and he wanted me to talk to you.
Yeah, correct.
I'm actually near the Leela Hotel. I wanted to meet you.
No, I'm actually very sick. I just rushed from the hospital and there's a massive site going at home, so I'm very sick.
Okay. I'm so sorry to hear that. Are you at the Leela now, or are you?
I'm at the Leela now. That will be tomorrow.
Can I just drop in for some time, because he wanted me to meet you and talk to you for some time?
Yes, I would like to talk about this. Yes.
Yes, I'll just come in. Where exactly are you? Which floor?
I'm on the 9th floor.
9th floor. Okay, right. I'll be there.
What time?
I'm just right outside Leela, and I'll hardly take 10 minutes.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, take care. Bye.
I sense that Sunanda is keen to reveal something and rush to the Leela Hotel. It's about 9:45 when I walk in, straight to this 9th floor lounge. I call Sunanda. She doesn't pick my call. Then I call Tarur's man Narayan. He blocks me from meeting her. This is recording number 2.
हेलो
जी मैडम, मैम साहब बोल रही हैं कल आने के लिए, आज उनकी हिम्मत नहीं हो रही इंटरव्यू देने के लिए।
नहीं, एक बार मैम से बात करवा दीजिए, उन्होंने बुलाया इसीलिए हम आए हैं ना। एक बार बात करवा दीजिए।
मैम साहब, मैडम की तबीयत बिल्कुल ठीक नहीं है, मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ।
मैं समझ रही हूँ, प्लीज एक बार बात करवा दीजिए, उनसे बोल दीजिए।
जी आप मैडम आप उनको फोन कर लीजिएगा।
एक बार उनको फोन दे दीजिए ना।
जी आप कर लीजिए मैम, सॉरी मैं नहीं दे सकता।
Keen to get Sunanda's version, I barge into room 307. Shashi Tharoor's man RK Sharma tries to stop me. He says Sunanda doesn't want to talk to me. I insist and walk in. Tharoor is also inside the room. He tells me not to report the story. Sunanda is keen to speak and talks about holding a press conference later. I leave the room in 20 minutes. An hour later, Tharoor releases a joint statement, trying to end the controversy. I call Tharoor's man RK Sharma, who's stalling all access to Sunanda. Here is recording number 3.
इस कॉल ट्यून को कॉपी करने के लिए स्टार और 9 दबाएं और पाइए मौका।
हेलो शर्मा जी, दिस इज प्रेमा। आई हैड कम earlier na in the morning.
Yes.
You have issued a press statement, is it?
Yeah, it's on Twitter or Facebook.
It's on Twitter and it's on Facebook. I've just read a copy of it. My Bombay office has forwarded it to me, and this is coming from both of them, right?
Yeah.
Are you at the hotel right now?
Yeah.
Mr. Tharoor is still there, or has he left?
No, he's there, but he won't be able to speak to you.
I know. But will you let me know when he is ready to speak?
No, actually, he has given what he wants to speak. Everything is there in the statement.
I know he has, but whatever he has said in the
he has nothing more to say than the statement he has given.
I understand, but in case he happens to change his mind, will you let me know?
Yeah, in that case, we'll let you know.
I mean, if he is willing to say the same thing on record, I mean, on camera, then I would really be...
No, he's not willing now. He has issued the statement, and that's all for now.
Okay, right, thank you.
Okay.
By now, I realize Tharoor and his men are stalling Sunanda from speaking. Sunanda gestured to me to speak to her when I left the room, so I persist. I contact Narayan, Tharoor's man Friday, deputed with Sunanda. He tells me his boss Shashi Tharoor may go home, but won't let Sunanda speak to the media.
मैडम मैं बोल रहा हूँ।
हाँ नारायण, बताओ।
जी मैडम, मैं बोल रहा था कि जब कल आएंगे तो आप फोन कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि शायद शाम को घर जाएंगे।
कौन
होगा तो सेक्टर मैडम। जी
साहब शाम को जाएंगे।
हाँ मैडम, दोनों घर जाएंगे क्योंकि साहब पेस्ट कंट्रोल हो गया है।
हाँ।
तो जैसे आप जब आएंगे तो फोन कर लेना, ताकि हो सकता है कि मैं भी जाएंगे, जैसे मैं आपको बता दूंगा।
नहीं साहब, कितने बजे तक निकलेंगे?
यहाँ से देखो शाम तक 5-6 बजे तक निकलेंगे शायद।
तो उसके बाद मैम रहेगी रूम में?
शायद हाँ रहेंगे।
हाँ ठीक है, अब मैं समझ गई एक्चुअली प्रॉब्लम क्या है, मैं समझ गई।
जी।
अच्छा, साहब मैम तो बात करना चाहती है, तो साहब नहीं चाहते ना?
जी हाँ बिल्कुल।
अच्छा, तो आप मेरे संपर्क में रहिए।
बिल्कुल लेकर
आप और हम भी कहाँ फंस गए सोचिए।
जी
चलिए
ठीक है, मैं कॉल करता हूँ।
I'd like to first go live across to the pictures that Aditya Raj Kaul has sent, and those pictures were of Shashi Tharoor leaving his house right now without having the sense of answering a single question. Now, we're told that he's putting out a tweet, and he says it's an exasperating farrago of distortions, misrepresentations, and outright lies being broadcast by an unprincipled showman masquerading as a journalist. Well, he's an unprincipled criminal masquerading as a politician. He also says that I'm angered that someone would exploit a human tragedy for personal gains and TRPs. Shashi Tharoor, I am also equally angered that you are not interested in how your wife was killed. And I'm also angered that you knew that she was in room 307 and that you knew that a person who was dead could not have moved to 345. And I'm angered today, equally angered and more angered, that a duplicitous person like you would not have the sense to question how a person who was dead and how that person who happened to be your own wife had walked from one room to the to another. And I'm equally angered today that Shashi Tharoor, you lied and you didn't have the temerity or the decency to tell everyone or anyone that you went back to the hotel to meet your wife. And it is also true that all of these facts have been put by your personal assistant. So Shashi Tharoor, you duplicitous, hypocritical man, I also challenge you in a court of law to take these tapes and prove that these tapes are incorrect. But if these tapes are correct, then Shashi Tharoor, you have no right to remain in public life. And I put that question to all the people of this country. Does Shashi Tharoor have a right to remain in public life if the tapes that have been put out, the Sunanda Pushkar murder tapes which have been put out by Prema Sridevi, are incorrect? And Prema wanted to add one more point to that, please. Aditya, I'm just coming across live to you.
The
Prema.
fact is also that who was trying to put pressure on Dr. Sudhir Gupta to change the autopsy report?
Absolutely.
Who was trying to put pressure on the media to not report this story? Who was trying to put pressure on the Delhi police to not investigate this case? Lot needs to be answered, and I think Shashi Tharoor should answer these questions before posing these questions to the media.
Well, the fact is that Shashi Tharoor has exhausted every trick, and Shashi Tharoor, you've exhausted every lie, and today Republic TV has busted you. Your carefully crafted, hypocritical and lie of a narrative has been burnt to ash with the evidence that I'm putting out tonight, and that is why you're angry tonight, because you have been thoroughly, completely, totally exposed tonight. Sujay Kantawala, but before that, Nina also wanted to come in. But before I come to you, I have Aditya Raj call right outside Shashi Tharoor's residence, and Aditya has more. I think there's a sequence there where he tried to speak to some of his people out there, and they were pushing you away. Aditya, over to you.
Well, yes, Orna, we will be playing that sequence in a bit, but the latest from here in Trivandrum, in the heart of the Trivandrum city, Shashi Tharoor is huddled inside his residence. That's what we know. He was, in fact, at an undisclosed location, but now we are getting reports that perhaps he could be inside, and it was a tactic to distract us that the car left from the premises. But what I can show you here, Manish, if you can just pan, that is the first floor residence of Shashi Tharoor. There are frequently people coming out and keeping a very close tab on us, both Ramita and me. If we move a little further here, the gate is shut, but at least 3 personal secretaries of Shashi Tharoor, who I know personally, including Praveen, come out frequently. They have at least twice screamed at me and Ramita. They last time came out, we have a sequence of that when they say that get out of here, Shashi Tharoor is not here. Ramita, you were telling me that how the staff is continuously calling you. They are trying to seek details about Republic. Are they afraid? What are they trying to get from you?
Well, from 6 in the evening, I've been canvassing this neighborhood and the building. Shashi Tharoor's car was here. It has got the designation plate. So there's no doubt he was there in this building. And later on, after a while, there was a little bit of a hustle. The watchman came, he tried to shoo me away, and that kind of created a distraction, and later on the car was gone. So this is the kind of, I think it's all, they are a bit tensed about the expose, they're unsure of what to do, and I have all concerns to say that he's not left the building and he's definitely here.
Absolutely. Shashi Tharoor is exposed right now. Why doesn't he answer these uncomfortable questions which Ornab, you and Prema have put out in this massive investigations of the 19 recordings? We will be chasing him right here outside his residence, and the people of Trivandrum, the people of Kerala who he represents need answers. Last 2 years we have been posing these questions.
Given the conversation between the Republic reporter Prema Sridevi and Shashi Tharoor's Man Friday in tape number 6, let's open the debate right now. MR Venkatesh. Shashi Tharoor is absolutely on the back foot. It reveals that he came back to the Leela Hotel on the 17th of January. The debate is open right now. Nina, Sujay Kantawala, Prahlad Kakkar, MR Venkatesh, feel free to come in. Also joining us on the debate is Smita Prakash out there, who's in our studios in Delhi. And we have with us Sudhir Gupta, who's the person who did the autopsy, Rahul Ishwar, also on the back foot today. We have Sumansi Raman, I can see him there. And let's begin the debate out here right now. I'd like to begin the debate here. Of course, Geeta Luthra also, senior advocate. Thanks very much for joining us. Question number 1 is, why did Shashi Tharoor come back? Why do you think he came back? That's question number 1 today. MR Venkatesh, why did he come back to the hotel?
Obviously, what she has done and a wonderful work, I think I should congratulate you. Obviously, he has done to dress up the crime scene. He has done to move the body. He has done to hide whatever.
No, why would he not disclose the fact that he came back to the hotel? Why is his Man Friday saying that he came back?
It is obvious as daylight that he has to tamper with the evidence. He has left some telltale evidences. So obviously, he has come to dress the crime scene. No, he has not come there for something else to drink.
My second one of you at a time. One of you at a time. The information of Shashi Tharoor's return to the hotel is interestingly missing from Shashi Tharoor's statement to the Delhi police. Why did Shashi Tharoor hide this information from the Delhi police, Sumansi Raman? Why did he hide this information from the Delhi police? Yeah.
Arnab, a few minutes ago, I spoke to somebody who got it on record from Shashi Tharoor that he has actually told the Delhi police that he did go back. So I think that is one point. The second point which
he
I
went
find
back at
very strange
8:30.
is
No,
what
he
would
went
be
back
the
at
motive-
8:30.
what is
Okay,
the
no, one
motive
thing.
for
One
shifting
thing
the
is that he
body?
came
I
back
mean,
at 8:30.
one minute.
One point.
One
No,
minute.
one point. Did he knew that the body was in room number 307. Even if I were to take that point, he knew that the body was in room number
No,
307
1 minute.
because.
Why would he shift the body? What
No, I am
logical reason would
asking you.
somebody
No, I am
have
asking you.
to
Did he
shift
know that the body was
from
in
one
room number
to the other?
307?
I mean, how does it
Sumant,
matter if he tells the police that she died in 307
Sumant,
instead of 345?
Sumant, listen. Why did he?
Arnav, I can't
My question
understand
is.
this. What
My
is the
question
motive
is.
for shifting
Why
the
did he?
body?
Why did he?
Assuming
not? Did
the
he know
body was
that?
shifted.
Did he know that she was lying in room number 307? Simple. Did he know she was lying in room number
Arnav,
307?
the question is.
Did
He
know
may
she
or
was
he may
lying in
not. But the
307?
question is, why would he? What is the motive in shifting
I'm
the body?
asking-
Why
I
would
don't
somebody
know.
want to shift
I'm not-
a
I
dead
don't
person's
know.
body from
You
one
see,
room to
in the
another?
incon-
What is the motive for that? It
okay,
makes no
okay,
sense.
so why would his?
I mean, the
Sumant,
only difference in the two
Sumant,
conversation
tell
is
me
that
one thing. Sumant, tell me one thing.
is that Narayan mentions the
Assuming,
room
one
number
second.
as 307,
Assuming, Sumant
and
Siraman, 1
later
minute.
on she was
Sumant
found dead
Siraman,
in
1 minute, please.
345.
Let's get everyone on the debate, please. One second.
Yeah.
Please understand one thing. Assuming everything. Let's say Shashi Tharoor is a great guy. And Shashi Tharoor knows nothing.
Nobody is saying that.
1 minute, please. 1 minute. Assume Shashi Tharoor came back because he wanted to have breakfast in the lobby of the Leela Hotel. He just forgot to have breakfast. So he came back and he came and told the Delhi police, I came back, I had breakfast, and I went away. My question is simply this. Why did his man Friday give false evidence to the Delhi police?
The Man Friday's
Why did it-
conversations consistently are consistent. I mean, why would
Also, the
he-
Man
if
Friday,
Man
on
Friday
whose
was
behalf is the Man
aware of
Friday
somebody-
speaking? Because the
of
Man
some
Friday
outlay
says, sorry,
happening,
one second,
why would
one
he
second.
keep answering
1
phone
minute,
calls
just
from
1
a
minute, one
journalist?
second. Please
I
understand,
mean, would he
understand the
keep
basic
taking
point
the
out here.
phone
1
every
second,
10
be
minutes
logical
or
in your
20
sequence of
minutes
thinking.
from a
I don't think
journalist and
I
keep
don't think you're
saying,
thinking
Madam
logically, and please
Madam
think through the
Mr.
chronology of the facts that
You
emerge
just
here
stop
right now.
answering the
There is a
phone.
Man Friday. Listen, Sumant Siraman. Listen,
Arnav,
Sumant
I'll answer your
Siraman. If you want to self-flagellate, it's not my
Arnav,
fault.
none of this. Come on.
If you want to
I'll
self-flagellate,
answer
it's
this.
not my fault.
None
Just
of
please
this is
understand.
adding any. Look,
Arey bhai, Sumant
look,
Siraman,
all
understand
of this
this.
information has been in
Okay,
the
so
custody of the Delhi police.
Sumant, tell me
The
one
Delhi
thing.
police have carried out an
Sumant,
investigation.
Sumant, let others
I'll
also come in.
answer
Here's the
your
question. I
question.
need to ask my question, please. I need to ask my question. 1,208 days after she was murdered. Okay, and he's
Arnav,
painted
I'll
himself
answer
as a
your
victim
question.
here. 1 minute, just one coming to Sumant Siraman, just one basic point. Basic point is Rajshekhar and basic point. So far, I have a testimony of this man, Narayan, before the Delhi police. I think we've seen it today. And I have also seen the testimony of Shashi Tharoor. Now, Narayan says that Madam sent me out to collect clothes. Madam sent me out to collect clothes on the day of the murder, right? But on the phone, he tells Prema Sridevi that I have gone out because SAHAB has told me to go and get the clothes. Why is his Man Friday changing the facts to make it appear that he was sent away from the hotel by Sunanda, when the fact is that Sunanda was either dead or lying motionless? And the fact is that he is on tape having said, Prema Sridevi, that SAHAB has sent me to take the clothes. So the person who wanted everybody away from the hotel was not Sunanda, but it was Shashi Tharoor. Now tell me, was he on dope?
Arnav,
Was Narayan on dope when he was giving his testimony
Arnav,
before the
I'll
police?
answer your
Okay,
question.
okay, Mr. Rajshekharan, you're coming in, but Mr. Rajshekharan, before that, Rahul Ishwar, please. Yes, Rahul Ishwar.
but the Delhi
Just
police
2
have
lines.
carried out
Arnabji,
an
at least
investigation
one
into the
argument fell flat. That argument was your argument. When you said Sunanda Pushkar was perfectly healthy. Sunanda Pushkar on her own words was very sick. Sunanda
Oh
Pushkar
God, again,
was feeling
again,
very
again,
low
blame
and she
it on
hadn't had
Sunanda.
food for many days. Last time
Again,
the
blame
same
it on
point.
Sunanda.
That point was Sunanda
Again,
Pushkar was
blame it on
perfectly
Sunanda.
healthy. Now at least one argument collapsed.
Again, blame it on
Second
Sunanda.
point, the most crucial question this
I think MR
so-called
will
murder
respond.
tape races are relevant. Nobody is brushing
I think
them off.
MR will
Everybody
respond
wants
to
to
her.
know the truth. Everybody wants an
MR will
investigation.
respond to her.
But
She
at
was
this
sick.
point of time, there is
She
not
was sick
enough
but not dead.
evidence to
Please understand the
implicate
difference
anyone.
between sick
That's
and
the
dead.
humble
MR is responding to Rahul Ishwar only. MR and Rahul Ishwar, please. MR and Rahul Ishwar only, please. Only MR and Rahul Ishwar, please. One second. MR and Rahul Ishwar, please.
Last time she was perfectly
MR and Rahul Ishwar,
Rahul,
please.
listen that she was not dead. She was talking over the
Why
phone.
would anybody do
This
that?
man says she sent, this man Friday says she sent home to collect the clothes.
MR Venkatesh
When he
ji,
goes
don't
to
you
the police,
remember?
he
Last
changes the
time Arnab
testimony.
Goswami ji said she was perfectly
So how
healthy.
does that,
No,
how does that
please
prove
understand.
anything? That proves that the
No,
servant gave a
point
wrong
is not
version. It doesn't
perfectly
prove the
healthy or
man
not being
was,
perfectly
man
healthy. The
committed a
point
murder.
is she
So
was,
at least you
she
can
was
see
alive
that she
and she
was
was
very
dead
sick.
between a particular
At
point
least
in
you
time.
understand that she was very sick in her own
Arey
words.
Baba, okay, so what is that you are trying to prove?
Because she came
What
from
is that
Kerala,
you are
I
trying to
personally
prove?
knew she was sick.
Emma,
He accused
Emma,
me of
please
lying
answer one
that she was
question.
sick.
What is the motive to shift a body?
Only two of them on air, please, and the two people on air right now are only Amar Venkatesh and Rahul Ishwar. Can I have only two people on air, please? Let's have some discipline on the debate tonight. Please,
And
ladies
would
and
it not have
gentlemen,
been picked
this
up
is a
in this-
serious matter. This is a serious
If
matter.
they have dragged a body in the hall,
This is a serious matter.
in the
Let's
aisle-
go point by point and bit by bit. When Tharoor came back on the 17th of January at almost noon, why did he tell Narayanan to get her clothes? Was it to be alone with Sunanda?
And he pushed her. He pushed him.
If it were to be alone with Sunanda, isn't it suspicious that first he hid the fact that he came back, and now I'm told he told everybody that he came back, but I don't find that in his testimony. In other words, he must go into great detail about what happened when he came back. He should not gloss over it in one or two sentences.
such a
He should
serious
say, if he says he came back, then I want to know what exactly happened. How long did he spend? No, how long did he spend inside? Did he spend 10 minutes, 5 minutes? What was the nature of the conversation? Who was he speaking to? First you hid the fact that you came back, and even if you didn't hide the fact that you come back, the fact is the next thing that we notice that she is dead. In tape number 9, Tharoor's Man Friday categorically tells Prema Sridevi that Shashi Tharoor told him to go away and bring clothes for Sunanda Pushkar, and that he got them, which means
Just
for
one
the
line. I
time,
got a call
1 minute,
from
MR
people
Venkatesh
concerned,
and Rahul Ishwar,
and
pay
they have
attention
told
to this
me
piece
that
of the
Tharoor
evidence.
sir
It's very,
has
very critical
tweeted.
right now.
Tharoor
It's very,
sir
very,
is not
Rahul
running
Ishwar,
away.
Rahul
Shashi
Ishwar,
Tharoor
Rahul
is
Ishwar.
not running away. I have got a call and Shashi Tharoor has tweeted.
Well, of course, 1 minute.
Rahul, whole thing about Mr. Shashi Tharoor coming back to the hotel proves one thing. He was one of the last, probably the last person to see Sunanda alive. So the needle of suspicion will be on Mr. Shashi Tharoor come what may.
Yeah.
You may have different point of view, but the fact is that not only did he admit this fact, you can be the last person with the person who is dead, but you must go and admit to police that I was the last person. I saw her in room 307 or 345, and the reason for shifting from 307 to 345 could well be that the crime scene had to be dressed up. This is a fundamental thing that every criminal will do, and this is what has happened in this case.
I
Understand this.
That there are
it is
many
No, 1 minute, just 1 minute, just one.
No, pilgrimage that the body was
questions,
shifted.
sir.
This body was shifted with a clear motive.
But
the
let us
crime
not
scene
speculate
was
the
to
answers.
be disturbed, was to be clean, was to be sanitized. And that is why this body was to be shifted. So please understand, all these things are not standalone evidences. These are all
I want to know. I want to know that if
accept.
Shashi Tharoor
But
left
let
the
us not
Congress meeting,
speculate answers.
I want to know. 1 second. I want to know that if Shashi Tharoor came back at 11 o'clock, calm down, Rahul Ishwar. Thoda, do you have some, you please take a handkerchief and wipe your forehead and then have a little sip of water and relax. And I know Shashi Tharoor is calling you because Shashi Tharoor doesn't have the damn guts to be coming on the program himself. So he's calling you, you tell him that Shashi Tharoor, I'm being your principal spokesman, but I am being told by Arnab that you're scared of facing him.
He tweeted.
No, it's all right. But when he calls you next, then tell him that Arnab thinks that you are a showman in politics. And tell him what I feel about him. Convey it to him. Tell him that Mr. Shashi Tharoor, Arnab said on television. Rahul Ishwar, Rahul, in case he calls you. Okay, take it as a hypothetical question. Don't go on the defensive. For God's sake, you're not Shashi Tharoor. He's the one on the run today. I want to say something to Shashi Tharoor. He says that I'm distorting facts and misrepresenting it. Mr. Shashi Tharoor, the only person distorting facts and misrepresenting them is you and your Man Friday in your statements to the Delhi police, Shashi Tharoor. I am the one who's questioning your lies. And it is my democratic right to do that. 1. Shashi Tharoor, if it is a human tragedy, then why are you not asking the Delhi police to investigate how your wife's body magically transported itself from 307 to 345? Isn't that a question to be asked today? And Shashi Tharoor, if it is a human tragedy, one more question. Why don't you tell the Delhi police which suite you found her body in your statement to the Delhi police? Why don't you mention? Is it 307 or 345? Because between 307 and 345 is the trap of your own lies and your 2 years of absolute deceit. Shashi Tharoor, if it is a human tragedy, which it is, why don't you bring to the public light that you actually came back? And I want to know what you came back to do. Did you come back to have a cup of coffee? Did you come back to have a conversation? How long were you there? Because you came back just around the time or after the time or before the time that she was murdered. And did you also tell the Delhi police, Shashi Tharoor, come on Shashi Tharoor, call me. Call me now, Shashi Tharoor. Call me. I know you're watching Republic TV. Don't be a coward. I'm asking you. You came back. Did you ask Narayan to leave the hotel for an odd job so that you could be with Sunanda in the room? Why did Narayan tell Prema Sridevi that you were trying your best to make sure she should not be speaking to the media? If you did not want her to speak to the media, then on what basis did you ask Narayan to leave to get her clothes when she was lying motionless? She's an adult, she can speak for herself. And by the way, if it is a human tragedy, then tell us, why did you distract us with lupus and often ill theories in your statement to the Delhi police when all the medical records investigated thus far pronounced Sunanda is fit and fine, and Sudhir Gupta is saying that on TV tonight? And Sudhir Gupta, can you confirm that once again, please? That there were injury marks on her body, Sudhir Gupta. You did the autopsy and you have a responsibility to tell the people watching right now that you saw all this happen. Yes, use that towel a little bit more often.
Yes.
Instead of your throat, give your throat a break for a while.
For a medical professional like me.
It is because there is no AC here. Don't connect every circumstance.
Here I will like to...
You can check for the next tweet of Shashi Tharoor in the meantime. Yeah, thank you. Shashi Tharoor is busy tweeting.
of medical document of deceased Sunanda Pushkar.
Yes.
Deceased Sunanda Pushkar don't have any cardiac problem. She was having a normal healthy heart. Deceased Sunanda Pushkar was not suffering from hypertension.
There you are.
Deceased Sunanda Pushkar was not suffering from diabetes. Deceased Sunanda Pushkar was not suffering from tuberculosis. Deceased Sunanda Pushkar didn't have any disease of brain, lung, liver and kidney. Deceased Sunanda Pushkar was thoroughly investigated for various autoimmune connective tissue disorders and was found to be normal. Deceased Sunanda Pushkar Tharoor was thoroughly investigated for SLE, that is called systemic lupus erythematosus. However, she was not found to be suffering from lupus.
Oh my God,
this
everything is up here
clearly point had said that she was not having lupus. All above medical document 211 pages given by IO conclude that deceased Sunanda Pushkar was neither ill nor had any disease prior to her death, and she was not at all suffering from lupus. She was a normal, healthy individual. This is a conclusion based on a very lengthy medical reports from various
obviously,
hospitals.
I just like to go across to Smita, who's been listening to
So
all
was
of this.
Sunanda
One second, no,
Pushkar
one second.
lying
Rahul
when she
Ishwar,
said
just because
she
you're
is very
screaming so much and so emphatically does not mean that you're the only person with a right to have their point of view spoken. The fact of the matter is, go back and
She
call
was
Shashi Tharoor
telling
right now
Prema
and tell
Sridevi that
Shashi
she
Tharoor,
is
and I'm
very
going to
sick.
Smita Prakash whether you like it or not. She's being polite now.
She was telling Prema Sridevi that she is very sick, and you are telling that she is perfectly healthy. Sunanda Pushkar herself is telling that she is sick, and you people are telling that she is
I am
healthy.
so amazed. I am so amazed. She's saying that she's feeling sick, but she's not saying that she's sick enough to die. For God's sake, don't be ridiculous out here now.
And she says, I want to talk about this.
Yeah.
Please come.
Yeah.
I want to talk about this. Please come. And I say, I'm coming. And then she asked, how much time will you take? That shows how desperate she is.
And she says in one phone call. In fact, if you remember here, I'm just going to Smita Prakash 1 minute. But if you remember the conversation there, Smita, when she says that Arnab has asked me to speak to you, she actually says connect him on the line. She's that keen to give her story out. And when she says, am I coming? She says, where are you? How often? You've been a journalist for more than 2 decades, Smita. When does a person say, when are you going to come? When the person is really keen to be saying something, and the person trying to throttle her is Shashi Tharoor. I mean, let's be clear here, you know.
Well,
after Smita.
Arnab, just because she said she's ill doesn't mean that she was ill. She did tweet about her being ill. apparently she was led to believe that she had lupus, because she did not have lupus, as has just been told to you on by the doctor. She did not have lupus, but somebody had convinced her that she had lupus, and she started imagining. It's very obvious that this was some kind of a psychosomatic situation, and even if she was not prescribed Alprax, it's very easy to get this kind of medicine, because she must have been under depression thinking that she has lupus. So please do not presume that a person is ill and therefore deserves to die. What nonsense is this? That she was ill and she was calling Prema saying she was ill. She was certainly disturbed, that she was led to believe, probably she figured out that she was led to believe that she was unwell, or else she figured out that she was not unwell. She wanted to speak to Prema, she wanted to speak to several journalists in Delhi, and she had said to a very senior journalist that she had something to say, something absolutely big which will shake up everybody. She even tweeted that, deleted it. She was obviously under a lot of stress, and the fact that she deleted the tweets, and then she said she wanted help to figure out how to retrieve erased BBMs. At that time we were not in a WhatsApp situation. There were BlackBerry messengers, and BlackBerry did not give out information. So she was desperate to dig out that deleted BBMs. This is what she had spoken to several journalists, but nobody seemed to have pursued that angle. Two, if their marriage was so hunky-dory, how come 2 suites were booked? Who booked those suites? If there were 2 suites booked, which one was Shashi Tharoor occupying? And why did he, if he went back, which room did he go to? How did he switch rooms? When did he switch rooms? Why was her body found in one room? If their marriage was so hunky-dory that they gave out this press statement, who booked those rooms? If they had problems and she had moved to this suite in Leela, why did he move to the same suite? And then he has depression, and then he checks into the same hospital where her autopsy is being done.
The fact is, why is Shashi Tharoor getting disturbed? One second. Have we said that he has killed Sunanda Pushkar? No. Have we said that he has carried out the murder? No. Have we said that he is the main conspirator behind the murder? No. Have we accused him of being part of a sinister operation to kill Sunanda Pushkar? No. All we are asking him, you know something, I can't help it if people have a guilty conscience. I am only asking a simple question out here. And today, Shashi Tharoor should answer his conscience also. He knew in tape 13 that Narayanan says that she was in room number 307 and Sunanda was lying there. Then why did he lie in his police statement? Sunanda, Shashi Tharoor immediately called Narayan. And the person everybody should catch is Narayan. Call Narayan and ask him, why were you lying? She was in 307, she was not in 345. And if you are not lying, then I want to know whether the CCTV footage of the Hotel Leela on the night of the murder shows a dead body walking across from room number 307 to 345. It's as bizarre as that. The debate continues. It's only starting. And Shashi Tharoor is tweeting, he's on the run. He's trying to contact Rahul Ishwar and he's speaking through him. Rahul Ishwar, I'm going to come back to you. The debate is continuing, only began here on Republic. I'm coming back in a couple of minutes.
Why are you screaming like this? How dare you scream like this? How dare you scream like this? Why are you screaming like this? How dare you scream like this to journalists? Is this... Has Dr. Tharoor told you to scream?
Go outside, please. Go. Out.
Why?
Out.
Where is Mr. Tharoor? Why are you screaming like this? How dare you scream like this? How dare you scream like this? Why are you screaming like this? How dare you scream like this to journalists? Is this... Has Dr. Tharoor told you to scream?
Go outside, please. Go. Out.
Why?
Out.
Where is Mr. Tharoor? Why are you screaming like this? How dare you scream like this? How dare you scream like this? Why are you screaming like this? How dare you scream like this to journalists? Is this... Has Dr. Tharoor told you to scream?
Because Shashi Tharoor... Well, that's one of Shashi Tharoor hooligans, goons, I don't know who that is, but that's one person he sends out there to deal with the media. The fact is that he knows that he's been cornered. The curious cases of the changed rooms is what everyone's talking about. We at Republic have put out exclusive tapes that revealed Narayanan admitting that Sunanda was motionless in room number 307 on the 17th of January in 2014. However, in his statement to the police, Narayanan changes his tune. He claims that Sunanda had shifted to room 345 and was sleeping there. That's presenting false evidence before the police, Prema. That's falsification of evidence. On that
Exactly,
alone,
Arnab.
he should be arrested.
Exactly, Arnab. At around 5 o'clock, I call Narayan and I ask him, Narayan, it is 5 o'clock now, what's happening? And to that he says, Sunanda Pushkar is still sleeping. So since from 6:30 till 5 o'clock, he has been maintaining the same thing, that Sunanda Pushkar is still sleeping. And then I asked Narayan, okay, it's 5 in the evening now, what room is she in? And then Narayan says 507.
Yeah,
And
Geeta-
within
Geeta,
3
I'd
hours,
like to-
her body is found in room 345. That's
Yeah,
absolutely strange and shocking.
So I just look at it logically, given that tape 6 and 7 in the sequence that we put out here, Geeta Luthra, capture Narayan, who's Tharoor's man Friday, panicking about Tharoor returning back to the degree that he hung up on Prema at about 11:30 a.m. on the day of Sunanda's murder. Doesn't it imply that the death was by virtue of some kind of a conspiracy? I mean, should this case not be opened up completely now that these tapes have been given out? And because the entire edifice of lies, Geeta Luthra, laid down by Tharoor has been broken down by the tapes that have been exclusively released by Republic. So where does Tharoor's culpability come from? Or can he say, I am not responsible for whatever my man Friday said on the day of or before the murder? Can he dissociate himself from his man Friday, who, by the way, Geeta Luthra, is still in his employment and therefore in a pecuniary relationship with Shashi Tharoor that he has to gain out of?
So the first most important thing is the fact that there is in law a last seen theory, or who was the person who was last with the deceased. And even though it's not invincible, it's a strong pointer. So that in fact makes Tharoor have to answer a lot of uncomfortable questions. Now, the best thing that the police would be doing is interrogating Narayanan and then interrogating Tharoor separately and then confronting each other so that the actual truth comes out. Now, this truth about the rooms also would then come out. It clearly seems that some evidence has been tampered with.
Yeah.
And that also is serious, is extremely serious, and a lot of explanation seems to be required.
Yeah.
So, to say Narayanan is absolutely, completely complicit or he is accessory after the fact, I can't say. But the fact is that obviously the needle of suspicion also points to him.
Yeah, but it's not
and they
human
have
tragedy.
A lot of explanation
No.
to do.
What Tharoor is trying to do, quite in an embarrassingly, shockingly, careless way right now, that Charu should be jumping up and down right now, Rahul Ishwar, and saying that my man Friday, has put out all these facts and I should be the one who should be taking him personally to the police. But instead, Tharoor is shooting the messenger. So is he complicit with Narayan?
20 seconds.
No. Is he complicit with Narayan therefore? Is he complicit with Narayan? And if he is complicit with Narayan, what are we to conclude?
20 seconds. Just 20 seconds. Please don't interrupt me. One.
They have been with the Delhi police for quite some time.
Murder tapes, or as you call it, are not important. Let us wait for much more conclusive evidence and investigation. One. Second,
what more do you want?
To brand him a criminal.
What more evidence do you want? We put out all this evidence. Every time you say more evidence, what kind of more evidence do you want?
At least stop this one-sided.
No, 1 minute. Arnab.
You are 20 seconds.
At least stop the consequences here the other side. Don't do this one-sided shooting of a person.
20 seconds of
This is grossly unfair. Don't do this one-sided shooting of a person.
What is the standard of evidence that you want?
Arnab,
here is a man who has sent his
look,
man Friday
look,
away from the crime scene.
These tapes are already in the possession of the Delhi police.
I have one
question. They have not investigated.
I have one question
What makes you think they have not
to Dr. Sudhir Gupta. 1 second, a very important question. A very important. Sudhir Gupta ji, one minute. Sudhir Gupta ji. Arey Rahul Rahul Ishwar, Rahul Ishwar, Rahul Ishwar, Rahul Ishwar, Rahul Ishwar.
How do you know these
Rahul
tapes
Ishwar,
have not been
Rahul
investigated
Ishwar,
already?
Okay, now everybody down. One question to Sudhir Gupta. Sudhir Gupta, Arnab here, can you hear me? One question that everyone, the nation wants to know today.
Yes.
Is this?
Yes, here, I can hear
Is
you.
this? One question everyone wants to know today is this. What is the time around the time when she was killed?
Yes.
Can you tell me, because I will look at the chronology of these entire events and these phone calls, and I just want to ask you approximately, Dr. Sudhir Gupta, since you did the post-mortem autopsy, approximately what time did she die on the 17th of January 2014? Approximately what time?
Actually, yes, approximately we have given the time in post-mortem report. But before that, I would like to tell you the body has been received in the night 9:30 p.m. in casualty, and the same body has been forwarded in mortuary at 1:30 p.m. a.m. Sorry, and next day around 2:30 we concluded the autopsy. So about 18 hours we have given the post-mortem interval. But to narrow down this post-mortem interval.
No, just one
we
minute,
please.
can I please listen to him 1 minute? 1 second, please. Yeah, no, one second. Sorry, I missed you. Sorry, I missed you. I'm asking you again. 1 minute. I'm asking you. You said 15 hours and then I missed you at that point of time. You said 15 hours, 9:30 p.m. the body was brought in, and then you said 15 hours. I missed you there. Okay, you say again.
Then at 1:30 a.m. this has been forwarded in mortuary, and around 2:30 p.m. next day we have conducted the autopsy. Roughly I am saying you we have given about 18 hours at 2:30 p.m. next day. So
2:30 p.m. No. 2:30. So 1 second, reconfirming. 2:30 a.m. the next day, which means 2:30 a.m. on 18th January. You are saying?
Yes. But this I am not taking it as an exact, because we have a provision to ask the IO who has seen her last, and what is the exact evidentiary value who has seen the deceased before death. But the same has never been answered to us properly by the investigating agency. So the thing you are deliberating, we have already asked to the police to give the brief report about who has seen the last her.
No. But we understand this point, and I have to just take a quick break, and I'm coming back on this. But we understand 2:30 a.m. If I turn the clock back by 15 hours, then we are saying that the approximate time of the murder is around 11:30 a.m. on the 16th of January 2014. Now the time when, and I'm not suggesting anything, let me tell you, I'm not suggesting anything, but I have a right as a journalist to link the facts and link in the dots without running to any conclusions. But one point which I'm saying is, consider this.
I understand.
Consider this as I take the break. Consider this. The moment of death as per the person who's done the autopsy is 11:30 a.m. on 16th of January 2016. Rahul Ishwar, calmly think about it. The one phone call which we are about to play, where he says, "Sahab aa rahe," is around 10:30 a.m. Around 10:30 a.m. on the 16th, we have the assistant Narayanan telling Prema Sridevi that Shashi Tharoor is coming back. At 11:30 a.m., between 11:30 and 12, she is murdered. After that time, Shashi Tharoor tells Narayanan to go away to get her clothes. And then at 5 p.m., Shashi Tharoor knows that the body is lying motionless in room number 307. Narayanan comes back and finds her not responding. He starts calling Shashi Tharoor, who says, Smita, she says, let her sleep. And then we are told that the body was not in 307 but 345. So I want to know how a person who died, and this is the question, Shashi Tharoor, if you have any sense left in your head, then you should be thanking us for asking you these questions. I want to ask you, Shashi Tharoor, please tell me, your wife was murdered at 11:30 a.m. She was lying motionless, obviously, because she was dead till 5 p.m. How did your wife, after her death, walk from room 307 to 345 and die all over again?
No.
That's the question. No, that's the question I'm asking here today. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. The biggest scandal nobody wants to talk about being broken here on the Republic. I'll be back on the debate. Don't go away. I'm back in a couple of minutes.